Good morning, everybody. All right, so I'm doing a pre-market workup here. So First Solar, looking for a pullback here to 98.84, 97.41 for an entry. And for whatever reason, my alerts aren't working. Alert, what's the matter for you? All right, let me add in my momentum plays for the day. CCIV, what are you doing? Still kind of hanging around the highs. Keep an eye on CCIV. Can't put an alert. I wonder what the deal is. Airbnb got a boost yesterday. Nice bid. All right. Let's see. ACOR. SMLP. Ooh, mid-streaming. I like mid-streamers. Live. All right. I'm gonna go through here and save this. And close it. And open a new window. And see if I can set alerts. I don't know why my alerts aren't working. Set an alert. What's the problem with the alert? Trading view alerts working. I'm logged in. Well, that's too bad. Alerts aren't working. That's going to make things a little bit tricky. Alright, my alerts aren't working. If anybody has any idea of why alerts in TradingView aren't working, let me know. Huh. I've got the Pro Plus plan, so I ought to be able to you can see here on I've got the current plan is the Pro Plus plan, and I cannot set alerts. What is going on? Okay, well that sucks. I guess I'll just have to watch level 2 and set it up in level 2. Alright, so on ADP, let's see, 163.03. And 160.83. And so then if FCEL pulls back to 1944, it's a buy. We get a retest of this support level. MP, if MP tests 3360, it's a buy. Then plug, if plug retests 6607, that's just simply yesterday's close. So I need to figure out why my alerts aren't working. don't see why my alerts are not working. I wonder if there's someone that I can contact. Let's give it a contact. Contact Trading View. All right. Well, anyway, so those are the things I'm keeping an eye on. It's almost 9 o'clock. So the large cap movers that I'm keeping an eye on, I have BABA up there. I'm not going to trade it. SBE is really interesting. It's starting to move to the upper end of the channel. I don't trust it because this pattern will shake you off. Essentially, people will be like, okay, well, I'm buying, for the move to the upper end of the channel, and it'll fail. So I'm looking for a retest to the lower end of the channel again. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and then another move up. DraftKings has some work to do. Sold off a little bit yesterday, but it made it over the $50 range a couple days ago. I'd like to see it break past this $55 level, or $56 level. So we'll see what the sentiment on the broader market is today when things open up. Plug is moving to new all-time highs in the pre-market. It's at $70. Let me get on the settings here. Get that currency thing out of the way. $70 right there is where it is in the pre-market. So on a pullback, it's more than doubled in the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So I'll just keep an eye on it. MP, definitely like materials right now. If I can get a pullback to 33.63, I'm a buyer. FCEL, incredible. This thing is making a big move. That is a very bullish chart. A pullback to 1944. 1944 is the bottom of a gap from the year 2018. You see this gap down right here. So it's gapping above this gap. So it's if I can get a pullback to the bottom of that gap right there, or actually it's the top of the gap. It's 1944. It would be a really high probability entrance. We'll see how it trades today. Let's see, ADP. Yeah, that's got a big pullback if I'm going to get in. And then the small caps, the momentum trades. I'm looking at our ACOR. Let's check out the news. I don't see any news on it. SMLP. I don't see any news on that one either. And then live. Buys Precision Marshall. Okay, this is another one where the acquirer gets a bump. So those will probably be gap and goes in the morning. So now I'm just setting up my trading windows. Really annoying that I don't have alerts. I'm gonna have to contact Trading View about that. Actually, let's go over here to large cap movers. start opening up a bunch of windows. All right. All right. So, yeah, pretty lame that I don't have alarms. All right, it says that I can have 30 alarms, but I'm guessing that's at any given time, not like 30 alarms. I've never had a problem with setting alarms before on TradingView. So, why can't I set the alarm? It's grayed out. Hmm. There's got to be some contact information around here somewhere. I don't see where I can contact them. Well, they don't make it easy to contact them. Here we go. I can't set alerts on my charts. The option is grayed out. Button. Nothing happened. Let's see, templates. Yeah, templates are working. I click on alerts and nothing happens. Financials, indicators, compare. I can use everything. But alerts won't work. Okay, that kind of sucks. So, I mean, I click around, you know, all day anyway. SMLP went up to as high as 26 in the pre-market. Looks like it ran up to this $20 level. Tried to hold 20 bucks in the pre-market. It hasn't really done it. Let's see, there's 94,000 shares traded pre-market. So not a heck of a lot of volume. Alive. What is the news on Live? Oh yeah, this is the one that did the acquisition. So let's go. I'm gonna put a fib on this one, top to bottom there. So 24.48. I imagine that with Live, it's a relatively low float. I mean, it's actually not relatively low, it's low. So the float is 1.61 million. It's showing 1.25 million on trading ideas, on trade ideas. And so there aren't going to be a lot of people who held, or there aren't going to be a lot of people who like own this stock. Look at that, it's headed up past 30 in the pre-market. So there can only be so much sell. I mean, there can be plenty of selling at the bell, but the point is that there are going to be people who take profits on this when the bell opens. There are going to be people who own this stock who are like, taking profits right off the bat. This, while it might run up at first, there might be a gap and go, when the bell rings. It's probably going to sell off, and if it sells off, it'll probably be a dip buy. It'll probably be quick. I mean, there's such a low float. There's so few shares traded that this thing really has the potential to squeeze quite a bit. But it's going to move fast, and so it's going to I'm going to have to be careful with trading the stock in any kind of size. Yeah, that's within 1 minute. There's a $3 swing, 31.45 down to 28.51. A $3 swing, a price swing there. And right now it looks like 31.89 is going to act like a top at the moment. Let's see if that thing's all the way to the top there. Okay, so $32 even is the top end of that range there. Top end of the pre-market for the time being. Today's looking quite bullish. Got the ad pre-market is at 1,000, so there are 1,000 more stocks increasing than decreasing. And anytime we get a reading over, when you get a reading that's in the 2,000 range, then it's extremely bullish. But over 1,000 is bullish. There are buyers coming into the market after yesterday. Yesterday, I don't know if you want to call yesterday scary. I stayed and I traded. I grabbed some lunch and I came back. I traded a little bit into the afternoon, which isn't usual for me. But the markets, for whatever reason, the market participants have changed up their schedule a bit lately. So there used to be, it's really well-defined trading in two waves in the morning. There's the opening wave of buying and selling, and then a late morning, roughly 10:30 or so, not so much for small cap momentums, but for the large caps, that would last until, from 10:30 to 11 roughly. And then the afternoon, it would start up again around 2:30, and between 12:30 and 2:30, like nothing would happen. But now, like the schedule has changed, and I guess it has something to do with there being so many millions of more traders in the market right now, that the market makers, and their institutional buddies with their, really the market makers are the institutions. The market makers, Charles Schwab, you name all the big trading companies, Goldman Sachs, those are the first two that come to mind, but there are probably hundreds of them. Definitely dozens of them, that's for sure. And they're institutions, and they are also the market makers, and so they have a level 3 view of the market, which is, comprehensive. They can see, stuff that puts them at a distinct advantage in trading, in the competition of trading, and so. This recent round of stimulus, the small cap momentum plays are behaving differently, and I'm going to have to study up on what the institutions can see as in their level 3. We've got about 10 minutes until the opening bell. I'm going to have to study up on that because I think they can see details of even like the individuals that are trading at the time and their actions. I think it goes into sort of like in a realm of intelligence there. But I don't know that. I'm going to have to, that's what I've heard, so I'll have to study that and make sure that that's the case, and not like just some voodoo BS or something. So the market's just behaving differently lately in the past 2-3 months, and I think it's because the institutions, the market makers, are playing differently. They're not playing by the old schedule where, there's the morning session, from 9:30 to 11, and then the afternoon session from 2:30 to 4. It's different now, and that's something that you'll always find in trading. Is there's always something new to learn. It's forever changing. There's always something new to there's there are a whole bunch of ways to trade. For every individual out there who trades, there's a system for trading. So yeah, it's just interesting and something to adapt to. So keeping an eye on some things. I'll see what hits the scanner. Live here. Let's see, Live has traded 602,000 shares. That's the top most watched stock right now on TradingView, most likely. So we'll see how it trades. And my guess is that when it opens, it's going to open higher. It's going to run up. It might touch this pre-market high. We'll see. And then it'll probably pull back, and it's on the pullback that I will be looking for an opportunity to get in and make a trade. It may not pull back. In fact, actually, if it runs up past its pre-market high, I'll probably jump in for a scalp. People bought the dip on energy from a couple days ago. Traders came in and bought that dip right up. Let's see what rates are doing today. So the 10-year hanging at 112, and a big move up. This is good stuff. To get the 10-year back to a rate of 2, that would start popping a lot of these bubbles in the bond market. For example, there's some bubbles around here in the market in various places. The real estate market, there are just a few things that are overvalued. I mean, I don't want to call it overvalued, but there's some price discovery to happen in a higher interest rate regime, which looks like it's going to occur, in the long term, certainly over the next 5 years. It looks like there will be higher interest rates and higher, tighter. That's effectively that's tighter monetary policy, and tighter monetary policy, is good for some sectors, equity sectors, and bad for others. Broadly, generally speaking, it's good for the stock market because people will start selling their bonds, getting out of their bonds, and then getting into, they'll put their money somewhere and it's going to go to the market instead of bonds. It just depends on which sector they go into, and it's the ones with it is called a value growth, kind of a thing that's the narrative that's spoken on CNBC and stuff, but it doesn't really work that way. It works more along the lines of what quad we're in as far as GDP growth and inflation growth. Got about a minute and a half to the bell, and I'm keeping an eye on live for a buy. It'll probably run up in the first 10 minutes of trading and then settle down, and then I'll see where I can get in after it pulls back. And these fibs, I mean, 24, this 24.55 level right here would be a great spot. That's the golden ratio, as it's called. Pardon me. Okay, about 20 seconds until the open. Three seconds. And it's open. Live is hitting the scanner here. There's 32 on the ask. Okay. So it broke through the pre-market high there. And went into a trading halt. Yeah, so live squeezed up into that halt, and it looks like it's about to, yeah, it's about to halt on the way down. So there's a gap and go there. So if you bought the open at 30, you could have scalped a few bucks off of the open. But you had to buy and sell real fast. Yeah, so like a pullback live is the acquisition. This is the one that acquired something. I don't know why TradingView's news. So I'm on the live chart here. You can see this is LIVE up here. It's the stock that I'm watching. And I go to the news. This is the news tab over here. I open it, and it's giving me news for SMLP instead of the news for live. I'm pretty sure this is the one that did the acquisition, though. So I think that there's probably going to be some rather swift selling here. And then once live gets into like a little bit of a consolidation pattern, starts to kind of move sideways, it'll pick a price. My guess is the price that it picks is going to be somewhere around 24.55. That's just a guess. There could be a bounce somewhere around 27.12 as well, or a consolidation. It's moving so fast. I don't think this first Fibonacci level is going to be the spot where traders choose to get in. It's going to be more along the lines, more in this area right here where it starts to consolidate and then make another move up. This is not an investment, though. It is only a trade. So I'm guessing that there are going to be people who see it pull back and say to themselves, this is where people who invest would want to get in. So let me position myself somewhere to profit off of the investors who are looking for this thing to move, $100 a share, whatever it is. I'm just here to help them out. I'm just here to provide what's called availability, or I don't know. It's not called availability, but basically that's a trader's job. A trader's job is to be where the investors want to buy, and it's the traders who provide the availability to the investors. There are market makers. I mean, of course, that's what a market maker's job is as well. However, as a trader, you basically want to get in where investors want to be. SMLP's pulling back pretty far here. It's got a not so nice pattern working at the moment. I don't know where it's going to find support. I mean, yesterday's close, would be a good spot. But this thing ran up to $26 per share in the pre-market. Let's see. So we got trading halt in the first minute that it traded on the way up, and the trading halt on the way down in the second minute that it traded. Now this is 9:35. This is 9:30, and this is 9:35. But these two bars represent minutes. So it halted on the way up, and now it's halting on the way down, which isn't. I don't want to say it's uncommon, but I don't know. You see it often enough. So this thing has a pullback coming. I don't know, maybe SMLP just caught a bid because it's an energy stock. Cautiously lower, little changed. Oh, Summit Midstream Partners, this is December 3rd, regains compliance with New York Stock Exchange's listing requirement. I don't know what's causing it to gap up. Let's see, SMLP is gapping up 37% right now. So, live. Okay, live opened back up again and is working on another halt on the way down. Yep, just got halted again on the way down. All right, so SMLP is at the top of this. So this is a little tricky. It's hard to say exactly because so you've got people right here. If people come in and buy right here, there were buyers right here, right? So this can act as support. I don't like this type of support as much as if it had come all the way back down to yesterday's close to test price support. So this 1689 could act like support. I don't have a lot of confidence in it. Now, the bottom of this gap, let's, I'm going to put this here. Let's see. So, get rid of this one. The 1605 might be a good spot to enter. It's around a big number. It's around close to a round number. 1605 to 1595. If I can get an entry on SMLP at that price, I'll take it. PPSI. Meh. FCEL. Where is FCEL going? FCEL is coming down. So FSLR ought to see support right around this area, 1855. Let me go over to FSL. Live ACOR. FCEL. Buy 500 shares right here. So you've got an order in. Okay. I am long 500 shares of FCEL at $18.59 a share. A 1% move, I'll take half. I'll sell 250. So simply an 18-cent move. So I have a sell order ready to go at 1878. All right, there we go. So a little bit of cash in my pocket, and then I set the rest at break even in case this thing decides to dump. My gut tells me that this thing just found its bottom. A little shakeout right here. A little selling after an up open. Well, not an up open actually, but yeah, this thing ought to be cruising right along for the rest of the day. All right, so where are we with live? Keep an eye on that real quick. Oh, look at that. Look at that bounce off the 24.55 level. I was in another trade, missed out on it. It's not the same trade. Once it's hit and moved away, bounced up like that, it's not the same trade. So my entry would have been 24.55 for at least a 1% move, which is only 25 cents roughly for a half, and then I would actually sorry, this is momentum. So momentum, I'm looking for. I'd say this is just such a beautiful trade right here. From 24.51 up to the next Fibonacci level of 27. But I didn't jump on it, so that's life. SMLP is coming down to support level. Live. So live is consolidating. Yeah, we'll just see what happens with it. Nice. Plug has gotten a bounce at yesterday's close, went right into the close and bounced. Let's see, the low in this candle is 66.07. Yeah, and 66.07 is the level that I had for a bounce here. Moved from 66.07 to 68. I don't have alarms, so I wasn't alerted to the move, unfortunately. I missed out on it. I don't know what's going on with alarms today. Okay, SMLP. I don't have a position in SMLP. Live. Yeah, live is consolidating now. This is setting up kind of a bear flag here. Flagging for another move down. And the 50% level, if I can get an entry on the 50% level, I'll take it. But I've got to keep an eye on it. Like, I've got to watch it. I can't have alarms set up. Yeah, SMLP is getting a bounce in this area. So I'm going to go small on this one. It's pulled back quite a bit from its pre-market high. That was me right there at 1649 on 200 shares. So for it to pull all the way back down to 12, I'd be surprised to see that happen. And this is the bottom of a price gap from a couple years ago. So there ought to be buyers that are interested enough to come in and grab this right in this area. And you know what? I meant to get it at 1605, didn't I? Yeah. So I bought it a little bit high. I bought it more than 1% higher than, more than 2% higher than my entry level. Gosh, the alarms. I really wish alarms were working. Okay, live. Let's see on the 10-minute what the 10-minute looks like. Nice bounce off that 61.8 fib. Let's see if this is a dead cat bounce. I've got an order in. I just put an order in for break even on FCEL. Look at that. I missed out on this too. Jeez. Lots of really good entries here. And so this entry at 3360, so it looks like I put it at the bottom of the pre-market candle, but that's not the case. Let me show you here. Let's go to, yeah, I think it's, oh, here it is. So this 3360 level, it looked like it was the bottom of that pre-market candle, but it's actually, where's the bottom of that move? Here. It's actually the move from it's to the penny, the 75% retracement, the retracement to the 75 level, not the fib. So I changed the fib, whatever the fib level is, 72 something. I don't remember what the fib level is. But I changed it to 75 because 75 seems to hit more often than the 72 fib, whatever that is. So, and it happened to coincide with the bottom of this pre-market candle. 3361 was definitely the right entry for this stock. Okay, SMLP. SMLP is still kind of dangling around. And 1605 is the support level there. There's an order on the bid for 1605. I think I'm just gonna have to let this one go. I did not enter this one well, and I don't get a good feelings, but I don't. I don't have a lot of confidence in it. another dip into that 24.56 level. A little bit of consolidation here. Let's see if I can participate in live. I was going to go 1,000 shares on this, but I'm just going to dip my toe in here for at 26.48 there for a run up to VWAP at 28. If I had gotten into this trade at the proper time down here at 24.55, I definitely would have put on more risk. I definitely would have put on at least 1,000 shares, maybe 2,000 or 3,000 on this one. That was, yeah, just textbook trade right there. And so now the overhead resistance here is going to be 27.12. And I'm comfortable letting, there we go. So, or 27.12. So I'm looking for a break of 27 right here. There we go. There's a break of 27. Now the ask is at 27. There we go. Okay, so at VWAP, it's a sell, which is at 28 bucks. All right, out. I just went ahead and sold it. Went ahead and scalped it. It looked like it came close enough to VWAP. If we get a VWAP set up on the 5-minute chart, this is the 1 minute. Yeah, it just touched VWAP and got rejected. So that was the trade for the time being. If we get a setup so that it comes over top of VWAP and then confirms over top of VWAP, we can look for more squeeze to the upside on live. SMLP, yeah, I gotta cut my losses here. 200 shares, that's too bad. All right. So I'm out of SMLP. Just not enough volume. Price action is not doing what I want, and I didn't enter correctly. This is just a bad trade. It was just kind of a mistake. You know, mistakes are made. I don't know why I did that, but I did it. So the action on live has just, the level 2 isn't moving at all. FCEL's cranking along again. It's moving. Okay, I got stopped out on the other half of those shares. So good enough. Okay, I got profit on the first half. Broke even on the second half. And the level 2 on live is like, it's gone, I mean, it's rolling over, you know, a few shares right now, 100 at a time or so. But it is not moving. Like the level 2 on FCEL is cranking. There's a boatload of trading happening. Right now on live, there's just, the level 2 has just gone quiet. plug came back down. So let's see, 66 to 68.55. That would have been a nice trade for the bounce on this candle right here. Now it came right down to yesterday's close and bounced away and caught support. Let's see, the next spot is a high from yesterday morning right here, yesterday morning's trade. The opening range is where it is right now. So yesterday's opening range is here, and it dipped down to 61 or so. So you might have an entry down here, 63.10. 63.10 looks like it might be a good spot to enter. It's a pretty significant haircut, but I mean, check out the daily on this thing. Let's hide that stuff real quick. Check out the daily chart. Now, if that's not vertical, I don't know what is. This may it's impossible to say, and there's no way to predict the way people are going to behave with this thing. Huge gaps here, and a gigantic run up. I mean, this is a gigantic red bar. I don't know. I'll just probably walk away from plug for the rest of the day. There's no need to get into a losing trade, or there's no reason to get into a trade that's not a high probability trade. Okay, yeah, SMLP is catching a little bit of support right here. Oh, big drop on the ad from the open. VIX is ramping up a bit again, and the SPY's selling off a bit here. there's a bit of excitement here on materials. Materials is a good place to be right now. And inflation, there's an inflation forecast. See, the price is a little bit lower than this Fibonacci level. Here we go. That looks better. Plug is getting back to yesterday's close, and it is trading heavily. There are 40 million shares traded so far on a 400 million share float. Ooh, MP just caught a bid. Not much. All right, well, I got a 1% move off of MP. Let's see if plug can hold yesterday's close. $66.02. There it goes. All right. So confirmation, I'd like to see confirmation on like a 5-minute or 10-minute chart. Got 3 minutes to go on the 10-minute. Put it on the 5-minute. Confirmation above yesterday's close on the 5-minute or the 10-minute time frame is good enough for a trader to enter. A little bit of resistance right around the 66.20 range. I don't know what that's about. It's the top of this breakdown, the body of this breakdown candle. So let's see. Over 66.71 is encouraging. It doesn't really mean anything necessarily with this big down move here. A VWAP move here would be nice to see. What was the other one that I was looking for a VWAP move on? Not plug. Not FCEL. I don't remember. Live is pulling back again. Yeah, so let's see if live pulls all the way back to the 50% fib here. All right, we're over 66.71 on plug. Nice. So VWAP is at 67.38. FSLR, what are you doing? All right. So FSLR shook out the second half of my trade here at the bottom. So there's no reason this thing can't keep going higher. I'd like to see a VWAP set up on it before I get involved. Move to a 5-minute time frame. Let's see, is Live in a trading halt? Yeah, Live is in a trading halt on the way down again. This is where the institutions and the market money, the market makers are probably making a ton of money. This 5-minute candle right here. Let's go to the 1 minute. So this undoubtedly sucked in a bunch of traders. They're like, okay, we're headed back to pre-market highs here, so on. This probably isn't even the 50% fib here. Probably, actually, 50% fib is down here. Let's see. 50% is at 22.25. I imagine when it opens up again, it's probably going to plunge through pretty quickly. It's going to plunge through the 61.8 fib. Let's see, it's stopped trading at almost 10.14 on the nose. So it ought to open up again in just a few seconds if it's going to be a 5-minute halt. There it is. Yeah, it's blasting through this Fibonacci here. We'll see if it can get. The spread is almost $1. It's at 60 cents now. So it's kind of looking like it's going to make a stair-stepping move down here. The level 2 on FCEL is moving. There is a lot of trading happening in this name right now. It's the 236 million shares float. Looks like NC and A is going to squeeze into a halt here. Yep, there it goes. It just halted. Interesting. All right, I need to take a break for a few minutes. I will be back soon. So NCNA opened back up lower. Not really what you want to see. A move back again above this high at, move that out of the way. A move back again over 783 would be an entry, but until that happens, I'm not interested. SMLP is trying to make a bottom. Let's see if it can start curling back up again, or if this is just going to be a consolidation period before another move down. FCEL making an attempt at getting back to the open, perhaps. I don't know. I doubt it. Plug moved back over yesterday's close for a little run there. Let's see, IPWR. I traded this a long time ago. It's hitting the scanners here. It's a low float stock. There are 3 million shares traded. Energy companies are getting catching a bid. Pretty low volume. Not a lot of liquidity. You know, the opportunity to exit a position dries up pretty quickly on low volume, so it's kind of a dangerous thing to get into. It's hitting the scanners though, so that's a good thing. I mean, when it hits the scanners, traders pay attention to it and come over to it. But it would be someone who's not as experienced who's going to start buying into the stock hitting the scanners. And yeah, somebody's just coming along and selling off. The little rip there. Let's see, the SPY. I wonder if the SPY can get over yesterday's high. Yesterday's high on the SPY was 379.86, it looks like. And the SPY is about 50 cents away from that now. That could be the destination that the SPY is looking for initially, at least. Let's see where we sit with the SPY. CPSH is, I don't remember if I've traded this one or not, but CPSH is one that's hit the scanners a few times over the past couple of days here. Yeah, so it made a pretty good run yesterday from $3 to $7. See what the news is. It's got a new operations officer. The volume is, compo is greater than it was yesterday, so there's participation happening in the stock. Let's see, NCNA, SMLP, probably won't trade SMLP again today. So let's see, it's after 10:30. All right. Yeah, it looks like it's going to pull back a bit right here. I'll wait for an entry here. If it can start breaking highs of previous candles, then there could be an entry there. This might be just a thing where there's a buyer who is interested, you know, and put in a big order, and then it caught the attention of all the algorithms and scanners and everything that pays attention to volume increases. So here's yesterday's close. Let's see what's going on here. Yesterday's close is at 684 roughly. Ooh, the VIX is coming down big time. Okay, so I was on the SPY. Yeah, I think that, and the ad is curling back up again. So a push to above yesterday's high would be encouraging. This currency symbol keeps popping up. It's really annoying. And the VIX is coming down, which is encouraging. Ugh. Did I put in? No, I didn't put in the order for live here. So this is these are two trades I've missed today, and they're putting in dollar value moves from 22 to 24 here, from 24.5 to 27.12. Definitely missing out on some profit on this one. I had to use the bathroom, but my entry would have been down here at 22.24. At this point in the day, I've probably have taken 500 shares on it. So, kind of, without alarms, without alerts, it's hard to keep an eye on so many things at a time without alerts, being alerted to a price level being broken for an entry. SPY's making a stab for the pre-market highs there. Kind of a little bit of a level of overhead resistance there at the 379.66 level. So this dotted line right here is FCEL's close yesterday. So it's come back down, dipped below, went up above, and it hasn't really confirmed holding yesterday's close because we haven't gotten a green candle close on the 10-minute above yesterday's close. Here we go. If the next 7 minutes roughly can play out like this, then we ought to be looking at continuation up to perhaps challenge high of day. We'll see. This thing has got a gigantic float of 236 million shares. So the high on this candle, this red candle, has a high of 1955. So, you know, the sooner it breaks, the better. The sooner it breaks and starts moving over 1955 and above. I mean, I'd say I'd like to see it happen here. But if it doesn't happen right here, right now, that doesn't mean that it won't happen later. However, confirmation over yesterday's close, or was that yesterday's close or yesterday's low? Yeah, confirmation over yesterday's close is a good thing. And the sooner it happens, the better. If that were to happen right now, that would be, I'd love to see it. A bit of a fight over VWAP happening right here. The VIX is coming down. The VIX right now is at 22.5. I have a level of 22.2. If it breaks down below 22.2, the move up on the SPY will be significant. Okay, here we go with FCEL. So FCEL is now broken over this candle's high, and you know, a confirmation above means a close and then another candle over it. And the target right now is probably at 1966. We'll probably find some overhead resistance there at 1966. Okay, it just broke through 66. Let's see what it does here. All right. And 1992. 1992, where did I come up with that number? Oh yeah, 1992 is the top of that gap from years ago. Okay, so right now, so this little area right in here is kind of like no man's land, right in here. But it offers, so it could bounce back and forth in this range during the day. But this is a good spot for support, and this is a good spot to take profits right here at 1992. So I imagine when it hits 1992, we're probably going to see a pullback, unless the bulls are just raging and are going to blast through. This thing's trading like crazy, and so is Plug. Plug is catching a bid for sure. So Plug and FCEL are kind of similar. The products are somewhat similar. It's essentially infrastructure for electrical vehicles. All right. The SPY is working on, what is this, 379.86 is okay, that's yesterday's high. So it's working on getting over yesterday's high here. Yeah, so the SPY this morning did its morning shakeout, so it was really volatile, and then it shook out any kind of weak hands here on this candle from 377 to 378. Now is making its move. Okay. So 379.86. That is the level to beat. Let's see if we can get a close over 379.86. $379.89. pull back there. Yeah, hit that, hit yesterday's high and is pulling back a bit. So a move over and then above is the move we're looking for. A move over, confirmation, and then continuation. So a move up, over, confirmation, and continuation is what you want to see. What played out just now is just a test. So it hit, and now it's pulling back. So if there's enough energy, if there's enough buying energy, it'll go up, over, test here, and then head off, to some other price. Otherwise, I mean, this was 377 to 379. It's a 2-point move. So, I mean, take profits if you're in a position right here. If it goes below, I imagine 379.21 roughly right in here is going to be support for this recent dip. All right, things are getting pretty quiet here. Oh, plug came into the price. I didn't expect plug to come all the way back down into this price, and it did. Now it's working on. It's got blue skies, so you know. Where's this thing? Where's the price of this thing going? I guess it's got an historic price back here, a high of around $100. This is, I don't know what this is. So it has definitely gone vertical. That is a vertical move. Blast off. So it's gonna get touchy up in here. So let's see. A move past 71.76 is into new all-time highs. S&P's for the SPY's just kind of meandering. You can see the high on this candle is 71.59. All right, FCEL is broken through 20. Let's see if FCEL can hold $20 here. Little dip below 20. Little pullback beneath 20. There's a few minutes left on this candle. $19.92. Okay, that's the top of the gap from back here. Let's go back and look again. This 1992 level is there's this price gap right here where it gapped down after who knows what kind of news. To hold the top of that gap, it's bullish. Even just to get there, really, it's bullish. We've got a day's high of almost $21 on it. All right, so we closed above it on the 5-minute, broke above the top end of that gap, and now we ought to be exploring price in the body of this candle right here. So it'll have a tendency to push up into the top of a breakdown candle. There's a nice VWAP set up here. But we definitely want to stay over 1992 on the 5-minute closes now that it's broken above it. We've got 4 minutes left in this candle. So we're getting some rejection from the top of that gap. And it's getting a little bit late in the trading day. Is this a Wednesday? Yeah, on a Wednesday. And now price is broken down into the body of this breakdown candle here, which was a hurdle when it went over it. So I hate to make it so crowded. 1966 is the kind of the price to watch right now after this little pullback here. Huge volume. Plug poked through its high a day, poked into blue sky a little bit there, and then I was pulling back. MP is consolidating in this range. Okay, so the SPY came down to this level here, the opening range. Is now working on its way back up. And the pre-market, it did a pretty good job of holding up in the pre-market here. You know, I guess it did take this dip down to 1958 or so, 1953. But it did a decent job of holding up in the pre-market. It's interesting to see it take such a sell. I guess there are people who are like, well, I've made, you know, whatever percentage on this investment. I think I'll cash in some chips maybe today, they decided. I don't know. VIX is at 22.3. I'm looking for 22.2 and below, and we ought to see a pretty decent run in the VIX. The SPY, that is, sorry. All right, well, I think I'm going to call it a day here. Let's do some math. Let's see, I've got traded FCEL for 500 shares. Grab some options on the SPY. I have one losing trade today on SMLP, but the rest is profitable. Let's do an export. All right, so $608 on the day. I mean, you know, that'll pay the bills. All right, everybody. Good luck out there trading. I'll probably be back in the afternoon. I don't know if I'll stream in the afternoon or not. Talk to you later.